Sunny skies through the rest of your afternoon today. We'll only be up at a high temperature near 57 degrees. Rain is likely through the evening and into Tuesday morning. 60% chance of rain through the overnight hours. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with a low around 44. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
I want to see the kind of industries that are opening up.
This is Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone, where your business matters. Local Biz Now.
You have to determine what is working, what isn't working.
Joe Vagnone is a respected business broker, helping individuals buy and sell businesses. Joe has successfully owned and operated many companies in a variety of industries. This is Local Biz Now. Biz Now, because your business matters.
And you are listening to the #1 top business show in all of North Carolina. Let me tell you why. We like to inspire, inform, and entertain you. That's what we do at News Talk WSIC 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM, 1400 AM. I am Joe Vagnone, and you are listening to Local Biz Now. Well, we are coming to you live from our brand new sexy. I can call this room sexy. Can I not call this room sexy?
It is a sexy
Don't
room.
answer that.
I id.
Okay.
Already did.
Our all new Burners Cigar Studio, home of the finest premium cigars and cigar smokers in the world. Great people, premium cigars. Life is good at Burners Cigars, located in Birkdale Village. Please go by and see the owner. Josh, tell him that Joe sent you. You are listening to Local Biz Now, where, say it.
Your business matters.
Yeah, and we thank you for listening. We've been doing this show going on almost 11 years. I'm getting old.
Excuse me.
I'm feeling old.
Yeah, I'll go.
I turned 60 this year.
You don't look a day over 59, man.
I told my wife, this birthday, I feel like I hit 5 extra on that. So,
You can actually subtract a year because 2020 doesn't count.
well, I used to look in the mirror and see that sexy 30-year-old. Mm-hmm. Now I look in the mirror and see this fat, happy guy. I don't know which one I want.
You swap roommates? Is that what you're telling me?
So every month we bring a co-host in. Unfortunately, this month, okay, I've been thinking about this.
Oh.
So this is a guy, does nothing, says nothing, is nothing. I've never seen him accomplish anything. I don't ever see him work. He's never picked up anything that I can tell. I've never seen him clean anything. I've never seen him produce anything. And everybody wants to be him. I don't understand it. It is Patrick Reynolds. Patrick, my friend, thank you so much for being here, buddy. I called you last week the Kardashian of Lake Norman. When I went home, my wife said, why did you offend him like that and say that? And I said, well, first of all, honey, I don't think you know what funny sounds like, because that was funny. I thought that was funny.
I thought it was funny.
I am going to give you the new nickname, Patrick Kardashian.
Patrick Kardashian. I'll wear it like
for
a badge of
some
honor.
reason you are everywhere in this town, and I can never figure out why. And every time I turn around, somebody's asking me, what does Patrick think? And I can never figure out why. So thank you, sir, because this month I get to say, what does Patrick think? And have you on the show, buddy. Thank you, buddy. We've known each other for years, because you used to work for the radio station years ago, right?
I did, yes. On-air personality as well as sales person out of WSIC in Statesville. That was just as they were branching down here into the Lake Norman area. But yeah, I did twofold. Did business advertising sales as well as an on-air dulcet-toned voice.
So last week you told me you did a lot of the whole NASCAR or racing thing. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, that's what brought me to Lake Norman to begin with, was NASCAR. I grew up in Connecticut, raced at the grassroots level. Yes, literally drove. Didn't go to a prom in high school because I was at the racetrack that night. ran grassroots level, short track racing, pavement, dirt, things like that. It takes a lot of money to get up the motorsports ladder. Didn't really have it, but I came down here and found employment in a career on the NASCAR teams. Built cars, changed tires, etc.
Whoa. You can build them and race them now.
Yeah.
Listen, I think you stretching it now.
No,
you stretching it now.
No, sir. I used to build the cars, fabricator, mechanic, sheet metal, chassis.
And then get in it and...
Not down here in Charlotte. No, that was upper professional levels. I just built them, put them in the hauler, and then somebody else drove them, and got paid a lot of money to do it. But I did it at my grassroots level in my teens and my 20s. I sure did. Saturday night type of racing. Worked a job during the week at 5 o'clock.
I mean, that's a man's man kind of world. You know that,
right? I was there. I worked till midnight every night in my race shop. Saturdays we raced and was back unloading it on Sunday, cleaning it up, getting ready for next Saturday night. That's kind of how my teens and 20s went.
Okay, how do you go from building cars, got it, being a man's man, you understand that, right? Okay, driving on the dirt tracks, okay, and becoming a writer, speaker, a radio host, podcast dude. I know you as the MC dude up there at the Catawba Fest and the stuff that happens from Case. So how does that happen? How does life change and bring you there? Because you've heard me say many times, small business people, it seems as though about every 7 years we sort of reinvent ourselves in some way or another. You have done that very same thing.
Mm-hmm. The magic of 2008 with the recession. I think
necessity is what you're getting ready to say.
Mother of invention. Yes, I think half of America had to reinvent themselves at that time. Professional NASCAR racing runs on corporate sponsorship. And when there's a recession, what's the first money everybody pulls is all that marketing and advertising dollars. Me and a few thousand of my closest friends were out of a job in that winter when the market crashed. And I was networking and I ran into someone on WSIC who, of all things, was starting an auto racing talk show. And they asked me if I had ever tried radio before. I said no. They said, "You want to give it a shot?" I said, "Sure."
But I know you. You said I can do it before you've ever done it.
I thought I could. I just got on, and somehow through osmosis of watching as a fan on television and listening on radio to auto racing all those years, some talent must have seeped into me because I got on a microphone and I somehow was able to do it. And I'll tell you this. What it takes me back to, believe it or not, I was an odd kid in high school, which is no surprise to you. Yes.
Don't tell me that.
Because I took shop and was learning how to work on cars, but believe it or not, I also took theater.
Really?
I loved theater. I loved the musicals. I loved the plays, and I was on a stage in front of an audience. See, and that's the connection.
That is two things I would have never thought about. First of all, being a man's man. I don't see that in
Me
Patrick
being a man's man?
Kardashian.
I'm
I don't see that.
But I love you
I don't see that. And then you being a drama dude. I don't see that either.
Both are true. It's like
Wow.
drop the facts that people.
You're like a Renaissance man.
I like that. I can't spell Renaissance, but yeah, I can say it, which makes a good radio guy. I don't need to write. I need to speak.
Boy,
charm my audience.
Okay, so before we go to break, let's go back to your intro.
We're gonna make it this week too.
That's right. But before we go to break, let me just end with: he does nothing, he knows nothing, he is nothing. We don't ever know where he is. He hides when work actually has to be done. Patrick Kardashian will be our co-host for the entire month. Thank you, Patrick, for being here, buddy.
Well, welcome. Thank you for having me.
When we come back,
you're
going to teach us something.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No, but let's do it anyway. Never held me back before.
Okay.
I'm good at improv.
Let me ask you a question.
Answer.
If it's Monday afternoon,
my business matters.
Oh, he cold-hearted, man. Cold-hearted. We'll be right back.
More local biz now with Joe Vagnone.
Oh, look at Wilton. He's smiling.
1059 100.7
Last week we just
WSIC.
talked right through that thing.
We missed that whole
Here's
first.
your
It's a hard break.
WSIC
It's stopping whether we're
community
ready or not.
Happy
So we have to
Thanksgiving.
time the
From
show,
all
and we
of
just
us
kept
at
talking. So
WSIC,
it's quiet
we
in
hope
there.
everyone is able to
What's
spend some
going
time
on?
with those that they love.
I'll
Join
say
the
we.
Cornelius Parks and Rec
Now, the
Department
only
this
difference-
Saturday for the 12th annual
sir.
Light Up Cornelius.
The only difference
Presented by Novant
is
Health from 4 to
Kim
7 p.m. in
Kardashian
downtown
has
Cornelius.
364
Festivities will
million
include holiday
followers
songs,
on
parade rides,
Instagram.
You got 300.
I have 726. We may want to lead with that when we come back. I'm catching her. I'm catching her.
That's a small.
I can make that up. Local Biz Now will have me make that up by the end of the
at
show.
Charlotte Motor Speedway
That's
is
a
happening now
small
through
issue.
January 7th.
Okay.
The show
Other
is
than
open
that-
6 to 10
other than
p.m.
that-
Rain
Other
or
than
shine.
that minor
Enfield
little
Christmas
issue.
Village is open Thursday through Sunday nights.
Okay.
Speedway Christmas
I
at
don't
Charlotte Motor
see.
Speedway.
I'm feeling
Now
a
through
little
January
lonely because I
7th.
don't see
For
Julie
tickets,
on the
visit
Facebook.
Charlotte Motor Speedway.
I got to figure.
Oh.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
Where's the
all right. All right.
factoid?
Never mind. Never mind.
Community
Okay. There we go.
singers of
Okay.
Lake Norman are performing again Christmas
Everybody needs
style.
Julie.
December 3rd in
Everybody
Mooresville,
needs
December
a
5th
Do you have a
in
Julie?
Mooresville,
You need a
and
Julie.
December 11th in Cornelius.
You have a Julie.
Each evening
Excellent.
at a different
Everybody
church.
needs one.
3 shows,
Yeah.
3 nights.
Kind
Community
of like you
singers
got to
of
have a
Lake
guy.
Norman.
Even though if the
For
guy's
more
a woman,
info,
you got to
visit
have a guy. You got to know a guy.
lakenormansings.com. The
With that
community
person.
singers of Lake Norman.
need a Julie.
LakeNormansings.com. The Docksiders.
Hey, we got a new camera going on.
Arts on
Wilton's
Saturday,
got
December
me
9th, are
some
almost sold out.
wide
The Docksiders
Wayne
will take you back
camera.
to the year
I'm not even quite
1981.
sure where
Their
it's
unique
coming
and
from.
electric tribute act of yacht
You
rock
got a
features
sneaky
songs
one in the
by Paul
corner.
That's the
Christopher
security.
Cross,
No.
Kenny Loggins, and
You
more.
cannot
The
trust
Docksiders,
Wilton.
Saturday,
You
December
just can't
9th,
do it.
Kane Center for the Arts. To purchase your
Oh,
tickets,
that's
visit
just- now
kanearts.com.
it's
That would
Sneaky
explain. Last week I had a little
Events you'd
Reese's
like to
cup
tell
in
people
my,
about?
and he found
Yard
it.
sales, estate
That would
sales,
explain. He could
everything
zoom
you
in
need.
on the Reese's
Visit
cup.
WSICnews.com
Still made more
and
sense
click
than
on
it did.
events
I'll be
to
gone.
submit
One of the
your
Reese's
event
cup can
today.
hit the brake.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
All right.
Partly sunny skies through the rest of your afternoon today. We'll only be up at a high temperature near
I have
57
700.
degrees.
Julie says I need to scooch a little closer.
Rain is
Why do I
likely
need to
through the
scoot?
evening
'Cause I'm
and into
slouching.
Tuesday morning.
see how much
60%
she
chance
has
of rain
after
through
the
the
show.
overnight hours. Otherwise,
Say what?
mostly cloudy.
See how many followers
with a
she has
low
after the
around
show, too.
44.
Who?
Kim
This has been your weather
Kardashian.
forecast from the
She's got
WSIC
364
Weather Center.
million.
364
You
million.
talking about doing nothing.
Music. Starting at 12 a.m. Thanksgiving Day.
It's Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Yeah, Local Biz Now, where your business matters. You are listening to the #1 talk business show in all of North Carolina. Let me prove it to you. We are coming to you live from Burner Cigar Studio, home of the finest premium cigars and cigar smokers in the world. Great people, premium cigars. Life is good at Burner Cigars, located in Birkdale Village in Huntersville. We hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you, because that's what we do at News Talk WSIC. We've been doing this over 10 years strong. We have well over 800 small business owners and community leaders that we have interviewed. We have well over 525 videos that you can see on my brand new YouTube channel. Go to Joe Vagnone Business Broker and check all of those out. We are also live on the book right now. We are live on the tubes. Those of you that don't know, Joe Talk book means Facebook Live. Tubes mean YouTube. Please go and you can participate on Facebook. And if you want to ask us a question, we'll be happy to get those answers. I am here with my co-host for the entire month, Patrick Kardashian Reynolds. Patrick, my friend, thank you so much for being here, buddy.
Thank you. It is an honor to co-host Local Biz Now.
Okay,
with
so
Joe Vagnone.
you told me, you've known me now for years, you did not know that the co-host is supposed to educate us. You told me you didn't know that, which is insulting. It is embarrassing. It is a shameful act, because I know you listen on Facebook, that you didn't know the co-host has to deliver. You don't get to come on here like you do with your regular Kardashian life and not deliver. You understand? You got to produce here in the Joe Show. You got it?
That insulted you?
Yes.
I've got much better insults than that.
So what do you want to educate us on today, my friend?
Public speaking.
Okay, great,
Good.
perfect.
Educate
'Cause you're the
audience
man
in
at
public
that.
speaking. I am the man on that. The man. I just want to point out, we're going to track this during the show. A little
Okay.
social media experiment.
Okay.
Currently, before I begin, Kim Kardashian
Yes.
has 364 million followers on Instagram.
She must be busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing things.
Keeping up with all those people.
Doing things.
Okay.
Patrick Reynolds.
Oh boy, it's gonna be close.
726 followers on Instagram.
Okay, so we can catch her.
I can catch her by the end of the show. Lake Norman in Iredell County, I'm counting on you to go Speedway _Pat at Instagram. Let's see what I can do by the end of the show.
One more time. Speedway _
Pat.
Pat.
Yes.
So we can get him some extra followers.
So follow me on Instagram. So let's see if I can catch Kim Kardashian.
Okay, let's do it.
Back to 5 public speaking tips.
Perfect. Number 1.
Know your audience. You want to think about that? Who are you talking to?
That's actually harder to do than it is to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Know your audience. Speak. You don't have to have your signature speech crafted. You don't have to reinvent the wheel for an audience. But if you can just massage it a little bit, tweak it. I've done this where it's basically the same from a group, from an organization to a business. I have speeches that are designed with messages and guess what? Lessons to educate people and solve some problems. You don't have to reinvent the wheel for each one, but you do have to direct it towards who you're speaking to.
I really have messed that up many times.
Not knowing your audience.
Well, you know me, I'm a small business guy. That's all I know. I know small business, right? So when I go in, I tell you about small business, and might be a group of 79-year-old men. They're done with that, right? You know what I mean? So I've made that mistake before.
Yeah, kind of something along the lines of when you come in there, what problem are you solving?
Right.
Why are you talking to them?
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Follow me. Number 2, very close relationship to know your audience. Prepare, and prepare. That's my second one. Prepare.
That's a motto of my life. I absolutely believe that one. There's whatever you're going to do, preparation is the most important thing you can do, and is the best way to relieve stress.
Preparation. Yes.
Just prep for it. If Wilton would just prep better for this show, he wouldn't be so stressed when he sees me walk in the door. Because he gets a little nervous when I walk in. Do you understand?
I relate to that because sometimes I'm stressed or anxious about what I have to do. And sometimes just making a list.
Prep.
Right. Just making a list.
Amen.
And start prioritizing. I haven't fixed a thing. I haven't done a thing, which you've pointed out in the show. I don't do anything anyway.
That'd make me stressful, too. Have nothing to hold my hat on. Okay, but go ahead.
But I got to show up and I actually have to do something. I get stressed. I'm very relaxed if it's my normal routine where I don't really do anything.
I'm really relaxed with my normal routine of nothing. It's just when I have to do something, I get a little stressed. I appreciate that.
People ask me, what am I doing? I'm like, well, I'm here, aren't I? Patrick Kardashian.
I just showed up. I mean, what more am I going to do? So if you got to do something besides show up, you want to prep
I better
for
prepare. I better prepare.
Okay.
I better prepare.
Okay.
Now, here's where actually the first 2 easily put in your hands, easily put in the presenter's hands. Number 3 for public speaking. This is a little trickier, but own the space. Know what that means? Know what that means? What would you think it means to you? And I think this can be interpretive. I don't think there's a wrong answer to this.
You understand, I don't do a lot of public speaking, right? It's not my gig, right? I'm a one-on-one kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, when I get up on stage, if I haven't been there before, it is difficult to do that, to own that, to command all corners of the stage or the room that you're actually in. It's what makes you uncomfortable or not. It's another form of preparation, I would tell you, to try and be there in advance and kind of feel it out.
I agree. The audience will pick up on that as well. It's a little bit of a trickle down. When you don't own the space, they can sense that. And this is not a literal term. Don't go buy the building. Right. It's a metaphor. But you're on stage and own it mentally, not so much physically, but in your vocals, you're talking to the audience, whatever the topic is. This is my stage. This is my space. You don't want to come off as cocky, but definitely want to come off as confident.
I mean, even though the last time I spoke, I think it was some Kiwanis or something like that. I went there an hour early and I helped them set up where the mic was going to be and where the podium was going to be, right? Because I am a guy that likes to show up early, right?
Prepare.
But it did make me feel very comfortable that I'm the one that put that podium there, right?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, and if I had just walked in 10 minutes early, I don't think I would have had that same comfort.
I agree. And you go up there, it's the little things, because those little things can be distracting, ruin the day a little bit. So if you eliminate that, like a pebble in your shoe. But if you eliminate, you know where the mic is. It's pointed to the left, not to the right. The wire's over here. If it's not wireless, make sure you step over that.
Right.
Little things like that. Because what if you trip? What if you speak and the mic's not there or the volume is not right? Things like that. You can run it through with sound guys. Speaking as a great plug for Waves Entertainment as a sound company that often runs stages and concerts. Yeah, they can sound check you and run through anything you wish ahead of time. But yeah, get there ahead of time and just own that space. Make sure it's yours.
Cool.
Number four.
Number four.
Comes back to my theater days. Be confident. Very close relative to own the space is be confident in what you're talking about and your presence on the stage. Act and know that you belong in front of that audience. If you don't have the confidence, I believe an audience will definitely pick up on that.
Yeah, and me, that's why I will not speak unless it's about small business. I'm very comfortable, know it, said it 100 times. Nobody has bought and sold, owned and operated more small businesses than me than you will ever meet. And I absolutely challenge you to find that person, right? So I'm comfortable talking about small business, but anything else, I'm not your guy. Let's find somebody else. I don't want to be up on stage talking about something I'm not comfortable with.
That confidence aspect for me comes back to my theater days when in high school we had a script, but when you are live in front of an auditorium full of people, even your peers, your high school classmates, things go wrong. You got to pivot. You have to adapt. I got a very short story
I don't believe I could have stand up on stage in high school. I don't think I could have done it.
I was in Indianapolis, and I was on my way to an awards ceremony there. It was a breakfast. I was driving there, and my phone rings. I'm almost there. It is the president of the organization that is handing out the awards. I see the phone. Oh, hey. Answer the phone. Hey, good morning. She goes, hey, Patrick, how are you? Good. She says, hey, are you coming to the awards ceremony this morning? I said, I sure am. I'm about 10 minutes out. She goes, great. Can you MC this thing? Shortest notice I ever had. Pulled into the parking lot, hopped out, checked in like everybody else, found the president. She handed me the run of show. I looked it over. Tap, tap, tap on the mic. Test 1, 2. Good morning, everybody. And we rolled. We just rolled with it. Shortest. So I needed to tap into the theater confidence.
That is not easy to have. So that confidence requires some experience in the past, correct? Would you agree with that?
Yes. I have the confidence in me because I've been through a lot. I've messed up a lot.
Right.
You learn more from your mistakes than you do your victories anyway. But yeah, I draw from years
and honestly,
of
what I
experience
have learned is when you're standing up on stage, honestly, people will embrace your mistakes.
Absolutely.
We all make them, just
most people
figure it out and move on.
Most people look at you as like, well, you're the one up there, not me, and they'd rather you be up there.
That's right. Them. I know I'd rather you be up there than me. That's right.
With the MC work that I do in Cornelius, I do ask sponsors, would you like to step on stage to the mic and tell the audience about your company?
They say, nah, you do it.
The fear of God comes over their face. They go, no, you do it. No, I don't want to do it. Please do not make me get up on stage. No problem, my friend. Tell me about your company, and I'll talk to the audience for you.
That's funny.
Number 5, enjoy yourself. Have fun. And it can be a lot of fun. One of the most rewarding things I do is I step off stage, and the audience laughed. I laughed. Maybe I did screw up and make a mistake, but we embraced it. We laughed. Because we're people, they're people, that type of thing. But you have fun, and I got to admit that I've had plenty of jobs. That alarm went off in the morning in my lifetime, and I did not want to get out of bed and go do it. But when I do this type of work, MC, hosting, public speaking, I have a lot of fun with it. I just
you are probably the happiest I've seen you in 10 years. No doubt about it. I mean, this doing nothing, it really works for you.
It's hard work doing nothing, man. It is hard work doing nothing. But yeah, it's working for me. So I can feel the Instagram following just skyrocketing as we're speaking.
So go over all 5 real quick, just to go 1 through 5 real quick. We got 20 seconds.
1, know your audience. 2, prepare. 3, own the space. 4, be confident. And 5, have fun, enjoy yourself.
You just heard it from Patrick Kardashian Reynolds. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. If it's Monday afternoon, say it.
Your business matters.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, this is your last chance to run out of here.
There's more
or
local biz
you're
now.
On after
You're
Joe Vagnone on the way from the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Thinking of a truck? Think Sierra, a GMC Sierra.
Yeah, I
Black
do a lot
Automotive
of
is where you find it. No matter
In
where
spite of
you're
the
heading or
preparation,
what task
'cause you do
you're
need to
tackling,
prepare, but I
there's
did
a
mention that,
premium
which just shows
capable
like you have to be
Sierra
prepared.
1500 that's perfect for you.
It's
Now you can
and
take
just roll
$7,000 off the Sierra 1500 crew cab models with
I need
a
some more
5.3
Everybody all right?
or you can
Yeah,
take
I'm good.
1.9% interest for 36 months. Take the
727,
2023
is that you?
GMC Terrain 1500 and just see what you're missing. It's a
Wilton jumped
wonderful
on board.
SUV, and you'll love this.
Wilton's
one.
on
Now
board.
take $4,000 off the 2023
I tell
GMC
people this
Terrain,
show
or
always
your
delivers.
choice of 1.9% interest for 36
One,
months.
but it
Choose the
Well, yes,
2023
I'll show my
Canyon
last Instagram
Elevation,
post to you.
$2,000 off. And if a pre-owned
morning.
is more in your budget, see the
That's
mile
this
long
morning.
inventory
That
of
is this
trucks.
morning's.
See, Black Automotive, the greater
We've
car
got
trader,
1, 2,
home of
3
Buick,
likes.
GMC, Dodge, Jeep, Dodge
hard
Ram,
work
and
on
so much
social
more.
media.
Iredell County's most preferred dealer, Black Automotive, Salisbury
Okay.
Road, Statesville. Just
Wilton,
off
stop moving that
77.
camera around. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to see if I got any
And
treats
now
in
for
my
a look at
bag.
your weather forecast from the
You got a remote
WSIC
control.
Weather Center.
Why won't they give me a remote? I want a remote control
Partly
so I
sunny
can
skies
control
through the rest of your
the-
afternoon today. We'll only be up at a high
cameras.
temperature near 57
never come
degrees.
Josie and I would never be on.
Rain is likely through the evening and into Tuesday
I would
morning.
bet it-
That's what I would do.
60% chance of rain through the overnight hours.
I
Otherwise,
made myself-
mostly cloudy with a low around
would just target-
44. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Looking for a
your
great way
business
to
is
say
just
thank you to
great.
your employees? Connect with your customers or send a holiday gift. Black Powder Coffee can customize a coffee and tea basket or box for you.
partners with
And don't miss out on Black Powder Coffee's
They are
holiday
We don't have
blend.
to talk
A smooth flavor
Julie about
profile
this
with a
skills.
bright beginning, buttery caramel, and
Because
baked
she's messed
chocolate
everything all
finish.
up.
Black Powder Coffee, 261 Rolling
got
Hill
Josie's all
Road,
messed
or
up.
online at blackpowdercoffee.com.
Oh, I'm gonna blame it on you.
Okay.
In
That's,
life, we plan for many
you get back
important
to the office.
things.
You talk to
Weddings,
factotum.
our children's education, retirement.
Good thing we only
A
got 1 more week of
celebration
this
of
guy.
life is really
What is-
no
what is
different.
your
Planning
website?
and paying
Lake
for your
Internal
life
Medicine and
celebration
Pediatrics.
in advance
Lake
will give
Internal
you
Medicine and
and your
Pediatrics.
family
Yeah.
valuable peace
Patrick,
of
write
mind.
that information.
We'll help you take care of every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're Lynn Honeycutt Funeral
I think the
Home.
website is actually
Find us at
lakemedicalpractice.com.
DignityMemorial.com.
Practice.com.
If you need home medical equipment, call Lowry Drug in Statesville. We have everything you need in stock, including portable oxygen concentrators, CPAPs, masks, lift chairs, wheelchairs, scooters, hospital beds, supplies, and anything else you
That's
need.
it?
Get it when you need it. Check out LowryDrug.com or call 704-873-2247. Lowry Drug, your hometown source since 1959 across from Iredell Memorial Hospital. We are worth the drive. Come see us.
Buying gifts in this economy? Forget about it. Introducing the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. For your chance to win, register online.
I don't know what Julie did with this, but your websites are wrong and her websites are wrong.
Tech toys, kids gifts, a mountain getaway, and much, much more. WSIC's 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. Winners will be drawn each weekday morning on Good Morning LKN starting December 7th through December 22nd.
Call now to speak with Joe Vagnone at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Local Biz Now on WSIC.
Yeah. You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. If it's Monday afternoon, your business matters. We're coming to you live from Berner's Cigar Studio, home of the finest premium cigars and cigar smokers in the world. Great people, premium cigars. Life is good at Berner Cigars, located in Birkdale Village. You are listening to Local Biz Now, where we hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you, because that's what we do at WSIC. I am here with my co-host for the entire month, Patrick Kardashian Reynolds. Patrick, my friend, thank you so much for being here.
Honor to be here. Thank you, Joe.
And we have a, this is a treat. You know, very few people don't know this about me, but I started Lake Norman Woman magazine many years ago, 16 years ago. And so it's one of my regular reads. And whenever I find an intriguing, inspiring person, I do everything I can to get them on the show. And today is exactly that case. And so we have Josie Lake here. Josie, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're most welcome. Thank you for having me.
And Josie has put up with Patrick and I for the first half of the show. I thank you for that.
It's been fun.
So So one of the things that intrigued me after reading your article in the Lake Norman Woman magazine was you're like this trendsetter. You are stepping outside of what medicine is currently doing and doing it on your own. It is a rare thing that seems to happen.
Yeah.
I read your article and it just inspired me enough that I really want to get you on the show. So let's start with exactly what is your business and where is it at?
Okay. I am Lake Internal Medicine and Pediatrics, and I am in Huntersville in the business park. And it is a direct primary care medical office where we are not associated with either of the hospitals. I'm completely independent doc. And instead of dealing with insurance, patients pay me a monthly membership fee. And everything that happens in my office, including most blood work, is included in that. And they have 24-hour access to me via text. They have my personal cell number. It's just me and a nurse in an office. It is back to old time medicine.
I mean, I read that and it was like, now my son is now 22 years old, right?
Yeah.
So I think we kind of just missed you, right? Yeah. But I thought, wow, this is what every parent really wants for their kid, right?
Well, an adult, because I'm an internal medicine physician, which is adult medicine. I'm dual boarded with 2.
Okay, so it's not just pediatric.
Nope.
Okay,
nope.
okay, okay.
So I did a residency and board certified in internal medicine, which is adult medicine.
Okay.
And I did a residency and boarded in pediatrics, so I see all ages.
Oh, okay. I was not aware of that. Okay, good.
Yeah. And so
when I can have a doctor, I can have my doctor. Like when people say, "Who's your doctor?" Let me tell you something. You never seem to see the same one.
Right. Exactly. Right. Yeah.
But in your case, you're it.
I am it, and it's been glorious. I left the big system back in 21, right in the midst of COVID. I had my fill of every 10-minute seeing a patient. And I went from, full-time doctor, has about 3,000 patients as their panel.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
it's not possible to keep track of 3,000.
It is not possible. And do good medicine. How do you do that? I couldn't sleep at night because I was worried I was missing things. Right.
So you don't need to be worried. I promise you're missing something when it's 3,000.
I know. Right. So I will cap my practice when I get to about 400 patients.
Oh, so this is limited time only.
Limited time only. So when
Exclusive.
I'm full. But those patients, when you come in, instead of a 10-minute visit, you have either an hour or 2 hours. If you're coming in for your yearly physical, you're an adult, it's going to have 2 hours with me, where you're going to go through everything, head to toe.
So my wife, who's a hypochondriac, would just love this. Mm. She could make the list and ask every single one of those questions.
Absolutely. And I'm a list maker. I want my patients to make that list. I want to address every single thing that is on their mind. And we do. And it's great.
So I had 2 questions as I read this article, right, and I really liked it. First of all, how do you determine what's the monthly fee? How do you decide this works for me, right? As the business guy, I'm looking at your business model and wondering, how's that model look like? What's it look like?
Well, there is a formula that direct primary care practices use, and it is how many patients do you think you could handle and feel comfortable?
Right.
What are your expenses? And then divide that out and figure out what your monthly fee is.
Right.
So I did that, and I set my fee.
And that's how you came up to, I want about 400 patients.
Exactly.
Because I'm comfortable. That's how much I want.
Right.
I want my life to look that.
Exactly.
This way you still have a life as well.
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And when I was practicing in one of the big systems, my patients, I gave my cell phone out to most of my patients then.
Whoa.
Okay. So, that was comfortable to me. So I knew that if something was going on, they wouldn't have to go through the whole phone tree.
Do you find people take advantage of that?
Absolutely not. They are so respectful. It gives them, confidence, security that they can have access. But my patients very rarely bother me in the middle of the night.
Right.
My smattering of phone calls that are going to be off hours are usually going to be between 7 and 9. People are getting home from work. and then again in the morning before they're going to work, like between 7 and 8:30.
Right.
Very respectful, and very rarely do they bother me on the weekend.
And it probably just saved 3 or 4 hours during the day of them having to come in.
Right.
If they could just get 5 minutes of your time, you could answer the question, it's over with.
And it's so much easier for me to answer a quick question than to have a patient then surf the web, right, and come up with some worrisome thing, and then I have to unwind all that. So I would much rather.
You talk about my wife now. You understand that, don't you? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd much rather them say, "Hey, doc, this is going on. What do you think?" And I can just quickly text them back and answer that question. And I can go to sleep at night and knowing my patients are well taken care of. It's been great.
So that really, it just intrigues me, right? That concept. It sounds so simplistic. You ask yourself, why haven't we been doing more of that?
It is a growing movement. You would be shocked. I mean, there are probably, 15, 20 docs, I think, in the Charlotte area that are doing this more and more. There are thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands across the U.S. who, in the past 10 years, have opened a direct primary care practice.
And so then if it's something you cannot handle, then you would say, here's a list of people that I recommend you consider.
And because I've been here for so long, I've been in Lake Norman for 20-something years, so I know all the subspecialists. I know who's the best. And, I can also reach out to them. So maybe you don't even need to go. I can just reach out to them and have a conversation with them before, do they need to go to a subspecialist or not?
Well, that would be such a time saver.
I know. So I can say, hey, blah, 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 Dr. So-and-so, I've got this. What do you think? And they're so overburdened, they don't want unnecessary patients in their office either.
Right.
So, subspecialists are happy to have a conversation with me rather than me sending them right on over. But if you need to go to a subspecialist, I'm going to arrange for that. And I'm going to have a conversation with that doctor instead of going through the whole wait for, I'm going to communicate. I have time to do that.
So I encourage you to go to her website right after you're done signing up for Patrick Kardashian's
727
Twitter feed or whatever it is he does. Go to Lake Internal Medicine and Pediatrics.com.
It's actually lakemedicalpractice.com.
Lakemedicalpractice.com
is the website.
Go there. Check this out. Check out the services, and you could be one of her 400 lucky patients in the area.
I would be honored.
That sounds great. So, okay. Now, you don't have to go back to 1963, but kind of give me an idea of what the life of a doctor is before you're a doctor. Did you always, in your mind's eye, see yourself as a doctor? What did that look like?
I am not the typical person. I came from a family that had never been to college. I was the first person to go to college, but I knew when I was like 9 that I wanted to be a doctor. So I knew right off, and that's the path that I took. I went to college at Tulane in New Orleans. I met my fabulous husband at Tulane, and he was a Bostonian. I was lucky enough to get into a Boston med school. So I did med school and residency in Boston. And then, so that was, college, then 4 years of med school, 4 years of residency, and then...
Residency was in Boston?
In Boston. Mm-hmm. And then I came back. I paid for med school by being part of the National Health Service Corps because I didn't have any money. So I did 4 years in rural medicine out in Wadesboro, North Carolina, and then came into...
What was that like?
That was like residency all over again.
Was it really?
I mean, there's a small hospital out there. I was everything. I ran, my patient was in the ICU. I did that. I didn't do the ER, but everything from the ER I took care of.
That reminds me of the movie Doc Hollywood. Was it like that?
It was very much like that. Very much like that.
Let's take a break. We come back. Let's find out what it's like to become a doctor and help people.
All right.
You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am here with Dr. Josie Lake, and if it's Monday afternoon,
your business matters.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
More Local Biz Now with Joe
Okay.
Vagnone is coming up on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Right. Is there something you want to talk
Here's
about?
your
Is there something we want people to know about?
Happy Thanksgiving.
You know,
We definitely need to say the website at least 2 more times.
Okay.
With those that they love.
We do partner
Join the
with
Cornelius
businesses,
Parks
small
and Rec
businesses,
Department
to
this
bring
Saturday
in
for the
patients.
12th annual Light Up
Companies pay
Cornelius,
for
presented
their,
by Novant
patients who,
Health from 4 to
small
7
businesses
p.m.
who
in downtown
either
Cornelius.
self-insure or
Festivities
who
will
don't
include
insure,
holiday
too small
songs,
to
train
insure.
rides, a
They
sledding
will
hill,
pay for their
food and craft
employees to
vendors,
have
and a
memberships
visit
to
from
help with
Santa.
their healthcare costs.
See you Saturday.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So it's a big thing
Want
with
to see more than
self-insured
5 million
companies. It
Christmas lights at
decreases
one time?
if they're
Speedway
spend the
Christmas
money
is
on
back.
primary care.
Happening daily
So
for
let's talk a little bit
amazing
about that.
Speedway
That's
Christmas
interesting.
at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now
What
through
you
January
smiling
7th.
about?
The show is open.
You
6
got
to
that
10
look.
PM, rain or shine.
Look at that look
The
he's
Infield
got.
Christmas Village is open Thursday through Sunday nights. Speedway
Say what?
Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Now
Oh, we
through
did?
January 7th.
Good.
For tickets,
Okay,
visit
great.
charlottemotorspeedway.com.
No, he is a great guy. Yeah.
Community singers of Lake Norman are performing again Christmas style.
Yeah. He's trying to become
December 3rd
captain.
In Mooresville, December 5th in Huntersville, and December 11th in Cornelius.
Oh, did
Each
you?
evening at a different church.
When I
Three
met
shows,
him, he was
3
a
nights.
super
Community singers
stud,
of Lake
fireman,
Norman. For more info,
playboy.
visit lakenormansings.com. The community singers of Lake Norman.
Oh, really? Oh, I bet he loved that.
I'm leaving. You guys need anything?
No, I'm
The
good. Thanks, man.
Docksiders
I just need that
performing
table.
The arts on Saturday, December 9th, are almost sold out. The Docksiders
Another
will
thing to
take
talk
you back
about
to
is
the year 1981.
is direct primary
Their
care.
unique
What is
and
that
electric
versus
tribute
concierge
act of
practice?
Yacht Rock features songs from Hall & Oates, Christopher Cross, Kenny Loggins, and more. The Docksiders, Saturday, December 9th at Kane Center for the Arts. To purchase your tickets, visit kanearts.org.
Concierge. Okay.
Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
That's people. got to have
And
a
now for a
doctor.
look at
People
your
get
weather
masters.
forecast from the
You don't have both,
WSIC Weather
right?
Center.
You're
Oh,
a
I do not.
doctor, but you must have help.
Partly sunny skies through the rest of your
Numbers,
afternoon today. We'll only be up at a high
Patient care,
temperature near
etc.
57
I have a
degrees.
little bit of help. There's
Rain is likely through the evening and into Tuesday morning.
But
60%
you juggle
chance of rain
both.
through the
You
overnight
run the
hours.
business side.
Otherwise, mostly cloudy with a low around 44.
Okay.
This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Yeah.
You obviously studied to be a doctor.
Revitalize your landscape
Okay.
duties. Experience hassle-free transformation with Drum Landscape
yeah,
Supply's
yeah.
swift and reliable
If that-
delivery service.
If we got
Visit
time for a show,
drumlandscapesupply.com today. Drum
Julie,
Landscape
make
Supply,
sure you do that.
your local
Julie just
one-stop
got your
landscape
website
shop.
on Facebook also.
Okay, great.
Your
Thank you.
home for non-stop Christmas music. Starting at 12 a.m. on Thanksgiving Day.
Son of a nutcracker!
Local Biz Now continues with local entrepreneur Joe Vagnone on WSIC.
You are listening to the #1 talk business show in all of North Carolina. Been going strong for 10 years. We are live from Burner Cigar Studio, home of the finest premium cigars and cigar smokers in the world. Great people, premium cigars. Life is good at Burner Cigars, located in Birkdale Village. Please go by and check it out and let my buddy Josh know that you heard it here on WSIC. You are listening to Local Biz Now, where your business matters. We are talking with Dr. Josie Lake. She is a spectacular woman that has created a business that is one-stop shop for family medical care, if I understand it correctly.
Yep.
Uh, and-
Newborns and up.
And we were talking before the break, and you were describing you were in Boston. You had to finish up some stuff,
Yep.
And then you went to a small town and did some work there.
National Health Service Corps to pay for my med school.
Describe that. Just describe what that's like.
That was, you can imagine being in a tiny town where patients will pull up to your house and with a child that needs stitching, everybody knows you, and a tiny hospital where you're taking care of them in the hospital, you're taking care of them in the ICU, and then busy office where patients have had very little medical care. So it was a great learning experience for me, but overwhelming and exhausting.
So if you're not there, where do they go? They drive 30 miles someplace else? Is that what?
Yeah. Yep. They would drive all the way like out to Monroe or into Charlotte. Yeah.
You're bringing back the days of like the black bag. The old style doctors would come to the house, not literally.
Absolutely.
Do you make house calls, by the way?
With this practice, only for newborns.
Okay. So
Yeah.
they do exist from a
Yes,
generation ago.
They do.
Incredible.
But the truth is, what you're doing now, you're very used to doing.
Yes, very used to doing. I've come back to that. I came out of residency in Boston, and I did the old-fashioned kind of medicine.
Right.
And now I'm back to that again, only in a more controlled setting.
Okay. So you were describing that there is this growing trend of small business people that are trying to connect with you to provide some service for their employees. Talk about what that program looks like.
Yeah, so there's companies that are small, either they self-insure or even smaller and are beyond where they don't have to offer insurance. They will pay for their employees to have me as their primary care doctor. For the people who self-insure, it dramatically cuts down on their the money that they will end up paying in that person's health care, because it'll keep the employee out of the emergency room, unnecessary procedures, unnecessary subspecialist. So that employee is getting good primary care insured.
Right.
Okay, so they're cutting down on their overall healthcare spending for that company.
That really seems like a very refreshing solution to a lot of challenges for small business people.
And some small businesses will pay like half, and then the employee will pay half.
Right.
And some of them pay for it all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah.
You are educating me a lot on
I'm
this.
glad to
You
do
understand
that. Yeah, I'm glad to do that.
So you were describing direct primary care and concierge, and there's a difference, and you want to make sure people understood the difference here.
Right.
So let's do that, because I don't know what either one of them is.
Okay.
So let's educate everybody.
So there's two trends in medicine. Concierge medicine, which I think is going to get replaced with direct primary care. Concierge medicine is sort of what I'm doing, only the doctor charges more and bills your insurance. So, and there's usually more bells and whistles. A fancier office, they might have, fancier equipment, but they are billing you and the monthly membership fee, and they're also billing insurance. So in my office, I have a very simple office.
Justify that for me, because I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
Why would I pay you and know that you're also billing the insurance company?
Because,
Those of you that don't see this on the radio, she gave me a smirk. So, good question, Joe.
That is a very good question.
Okay.
Because they don't know about direct primary care practices.
Okay.
So they think, getting better care, I'm going to go to a concierge doctor. Direct primary care practices are popping up all over. And we keep it simple. We don't need a billing person. We don't have to do all the documentation for the insurance companies. We don't have to, jump through a million hurdles to get your visit covered.
If you think I need it, you will make sure I get that test or whatever it is.
Right. And everything in our office is covered with your membership fee. So if you come in, you need an EKG, it's part of your membership fee. If you need labs, most of the labs are going to be part of that membership fee.
Right.
So we're not using your insurance at all.
Healthcare made simple.
Made simple.
LakeMedicalPractice.com. LakeMedicalPractice.com. I urge you to consider that. I got to be honest with you. It really does seem like the perfect thing to do if you have a couple of kids. I mean, because gosh.
Or if you're an adult who has, complex medical issues. If you need somebody to, make sure you have multiple subspecialists, you need someone to put everything together for you.
Right.
Yeah.
What about my mother? She's 82, an elderly person. Is that somebody you're comfortable with?
Absolutely, 100%. Yep.
Yeah, because we literally find ourselves having to make sure mom's comfortable, right? She won't even go to the doctor unless she knows who it is. Right. That's right. What we want to talk about.
She's not going to have to go in there and wait in any waiting room. She's going to come right in the door in an exam room.
Oh,
No waiting
that
ever.
That right there is it.
Yeah. We don't even have a waiting room.
Perfect.
Wow.
Josie, I got to ask you. You obviously, studied, got your doctorate. You take care of people. You're also running a business at the same time.
Right.
Those are two very different skills, but they're in two lanes right alongside each other that have to work in harmony. Do you have help on the business side, or do you manage that yourself? Or how does the business side of it and caring for patients work together for you?
A little bit of both. My husband is in finance and is a business person. For direct primary care doctors, there is a huge network on the Direct Primary Care Alliance that helps with. They have a lawyer for us. There's accountants that we can talk to. They've got business models that we can follow. We've got a lot of support out there for people who are in direct primary care, because it is a very huge growing movement. So,
how long did it take you to build the business from when you left the big city, so to speak, the corporate machine, to where you are now? What kind of building process is that for a business level?
Well, I had quite a few of my patients follow me from my office before, so it was moderately easy. I had patients that came with me initially.
Because the way you do business, the way you practice medicine, you already knew them and they already knew you.
We had great relationships.
Right. The minute you said, I'm doing something different,
like,
they said, where?
I'm there.
That's right.
Right.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Right.
See, Josie is not a Kardashian. She's doing something.
Oh, absolutely.
She's not a Patrick.
Absolutely. There's no question about it. I think somehow the article that I read in Lake Norman Woman magazine described you very well. They did a great job of describing what is sitting across from me right now. You are genuine, you are real, you are who you say you are, and clearly I know that comes across to the patients.
Yeah, I mean, my patients, a lot of my patients have been with me since I moved to Charlotte 20 years ago, and I have families, that I have grandparents, the parents, the kids,
right,
and now the great grandkids. I have like 4 generations that I've been following.
Josie, you reminded me I'm getting old.
I'm like only behind you by a couple of years, so I don't say old. I do not appreciate that at all.
Again, getting?
Stop.
One more time, the website that they can go to for this spectacular special care. You do not have to wait in a waiting room.
No waiting room exists.
No waiting room.
No waiting room.
I can't think of a better selling point. Oh my goodness.
Never
no waiting room.
have to wait.
Whoa.
No
What's the website?
room.
One more time.
LakeMedicalPractice.com. Or
Great.
just Google Dr. Josie Lake.
Dr. Josie Lake. It is such a pleasure to talk with you. I'm curious, because I asked this of all small business people. Were you scared? Were you nervous when you started on your own? I mean, I tell people this often: if you're not nervous, you don't know what you're getting ready to step into. But in your case, maybe it's different.
I was nervous and still am nervous, but I was going to either leave medicine or do something different. I was at that point, that burnout point that so many doctors are at. I'm like, I cannot do this anymore. I'm going to do it differently.
I told somebody this, and they, looked at me like, Joe, what do you know? And certainly I don't know anything about healthcare. But to me, transportation and healthcare have turned into this bureaucracy that is just top heavy, with so many issues that are not related to the customer receiving value or good service. You are not comfortable when you go to these large hospitals. You are not comfortable if you get on a plane right now to travel. And those, it doesn't have to be that way. And you're really proving that there is a better way.
There is definitely a better way. And I'm hoping that this movement continues on and doctors are going to take back medicine from the big systems.
We've only got about 30 seconds. What would you like to say to that person that's listening to Joe and Josie right now, and they're thinking about picking up the phone and calling you? What would you say to them?
Call my office and come in for a meet and greet. Cost you nothing. Just come and meet us. Come see my beautiful little office and just meet me.
Do it. Website one more time.
LakeMedicalPractice.com.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You are listening to Josie Lake. She is spectacular, and I urge you to go see her. If it's Monday afternoon, say it, Patrick. Say it. Say it.
No waiting room. Your business matters.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.